Well, folks, it doesn't get any bigger than this. We have a one-game playoff, ladies and gentlemen, between Dustminion and ZodiacDredd in the Group D stage. They were tied 3-3 at the end of regulation, so now they are going to have a one-game playoff to determine who advances to the bracket stages. Hi, everyone. It's LOZ Cards Fan 23, and calling the exciting action with me is Leslie Pro 04. This is going to be a good one, a tiebreaker to determine who's going to the bracket stages. What are you going to be looking for?
Oh, it does not get much better than this. I have been. Last year, we had a few of these tiebreaker races. Fast forward to this year, this is all we're going to have in all likelihood. So let's get our snacks, get our drinks now, because once we get going, it's going to be high energy, high pace the whole way. These
Absolutely.
are bracket flags. We do not have an end card game. Your hammer's only good on rocks. And here we go, World 4.
Absolutely. As Leslie Pro said, we are dealing for the first time in the tournament the bracket stage flags. And as you mentioned, no classic concentration, and hammers only break boulders. And we have the Goomba variety of Boss Bass.
That's always amusing.
Speaking of amusing, we have
Yeah,
three forts.
Yeah, 3 forts to start us off.
Oof, pick a lock, any lock.
At this point, I'd say, which way do you go, Dustminion? Left or right? Goes left, goes to 6F1.
Yep, going up the escalator here. ZodiacDredd currently in 4-2 right now. So far, so good. But luckily enough, able to keep his momentum to get past the rest of that stage. So he's done with 4-2. Dustminion keeping his power up, grabbing a leaf here, hoping for a star at the end, if not a fire flower. And it'll be a star. Here's a chance.
I do like this play into 6F1 to start because now you see what's in front of you rather than with the other 2 forts where you have to come back and do some guesswork. Oh, that's one lockdown.
Well, let's see if this is the fort that's going to break the other lock. Oh, and ZodiacDredd, the Disco Waffle, send him back to the start of this fort. 4F2 here in World 4. So he's hoping, Dustminion, that this is going to be the fort that builds the bridge and not break the second lock. Otherwise, we're going to have to play all 3 whether you like it or not.
Dustminion's clear.
Yep, gets past the boom boom. ZodiacDredd collects his mushroom. Now, look at that, double stars. How do you like them apples?
And you gotta play them all.
Ah, bummer. World 7 Beta Hammer Brother stage for Dustminion. That's going to give him a hammer. Again, not as useful as they were back in the first 2 group flag set stages, because again, they only break the boulders. But we still haven't played World 2 and a bunch of others, World 6, so gonna come in handy.
Oh, already got 2 stages with Boss Bass in the books. First 4-2, and now 2-1.
Dustminion down to Small Mario as he got bopped by that Paragoomba there, but Dustminion continuing to take the top route here and waiting patiently to make sure he has enough distance to get past Boss Bass. ZodiacDredd is able to clear the boom boom, and Dustminion is through with 2-1.
And we'll find out what the required fort is in a moment, but first, a hammer bro on ice.
Calling it 7F2.
Well, the World 4 forts are known for being in pairs, but even so, as a logic tendency, but instead, it is 5F1.
Yep, turns out it was none of the above. 5F1, not the best fort, but certainly not the worst fort either, as Dustminion will collect his mushrooms. ZodiacDredd now in the Boss Bass infested 2-1. Nearly bought it right there.
Yeah, that was a close one. For a second, I thought he was getting gulped.
Yep, but ZodiacDredd does clear 2-1, and we'll move on to the next stage. This will be World 5 Fort 1. Dustminion is through with 5 Fort 1 and currently has the lead.
Now, one strat I sometimes see with 5 Fort 1, especially in Randomizer, is a damage boost to set up P speed. Didn't see that from either runner, but that is a viable way to get going with this particular level in terms of momentum.
Yeah, for sure, and it might be a strat runners could consider if they feel they're behind, but since it's early on, they are going to play it a little more safe, as we have the World 1 airship, but it's going to be Iggy Koopa who's going to await at the end with his wonky hitbox. Let's see how many hits he's going to take here. 1? No. How about 2? No. How about 3? 3 it is.
3 strikes, he's out.
Yep, Dustminion will move on to World 2. ZodiacDredd having a little bit of trouble with this boomerang brother here, but does survive and gets his hammer. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed the tiebreaker. Win or go home. All right, time to find out what our first item from Princess Toadstool is going to be. And it's going to be, I don't know. He went too quickly. Hey, the rare Red Fortress, Les.
Yeah, the Red Fort tends to be one that gets targeted when you go into World 1, because that's usually the hint, at least in Flags 1, of what's going to break the lock, as, well, World 1 Fort isn't going to ever block you.
Right.
Due to how
also,
logic works.
Yep, you are correct about that, Leslie, but also the Red Fort can show up in World 2 as well. ZodiacDredd takes care of Iggy. World 8's Fort. Dustminion not going to be able to one cycle here, and is able to avoid getting bounced around by that thwomp behind the block. Ooh, a chance for a quick kill.
Yeah, that set it up right there, because as Small Mario, you don't even have to wait for the P-switch to wear off. You just zip right under, boom.
So our second quick kill, and it was a frog suit.
And we get 7F1, which for Dustminion as Small Mario, gonna have to play this out in full.
Or just take the intentional 100 coin fine and use his power-up.
A power-up, because he had a mushroom along with a frog suit. I like the mushroom play, because now you just use that.
Yep, and when you don't have a tail equipped, you must take this path, wait for the P switch to expire, and then grab the Tanuki suit. There's always going to be a Tanuki suit. By the way, 7F1 is the only stage of the game, to our recollection, Leslie, that the power-ups are going to be vanilla. Those are never going to be changed.
Well, correct in the sense that the power-up that you need is a tail. Now, there's one block in 6.5 that remains static, while the one that is randomized.
Yeah.
Same reason.
Well, you can't put a 1-up there in 7F1 because then you can't beat the stage that way. So it's got to be a mushroom and a flower.
Red almost one cycle World 8 Fort's run to the door, but came up just a little short.
Yep, and there's a P-Wing for Dustminion on that fight. We have 3-7.
Ambush!
Immediately gets ambushed by Boss Bass. He had no chance. Try again.
Yeah, that's the classic Boss Bass ambush that even the best of runners fall victim to from time to time.
Right. I like to call 3-7 jackpot because of the coin heaven with the prize at the end, but if that's jackpot, Dustminion must have gotten 3 lemons. Nice star to take care of Boss Bass and take care of 3-7. ZodiacDredd completes Boom Boom in style with the statue kill, and he'll move on.
And now for something without Boss Bass for a change. 3-2.
Oh, but Dustminion misses out on both power-ups, so you hate to see that. And ZodiacDredd also getting swallowed up. Well, Boss Bass already with 2 meals tonight.
Yep, 2 meals of the ambush variety. However, Dustminion gets caught by a Cheep in 3-2.
Yeah, he bounced off of one Cheep and got ceilinged into the other, so there was not much Dustminion could do about that one. ZodiacDredd flirting with Boss Bass here, but now gonna get that star, and oh, another 100-coin fine that Dustminion's gonna have to pay, and we literally have a tie now.
Yeah, the mishaps for Dustminion have narrowed the gap considerably, but by virtue of getting that star, Dustminion's able to get a star combo going. Slipped off, though. Gonna get there in time? No.
No way. No. Now the problem is we have not one but 2 Cheeps bouncing out like this. This is not fun. And ZodiacDredd discovering how nasty this 3-2 is.
One of the nastier 3-2 setups that I've seen in some time.
It's definitely the nastiest one I've seen to determine. ZodiacDredd going for the frog strats here. Let's see if it pays off. Boy, getting some nice bounces off of the Cheeps there as Dustminion goes into the mushroom house and collects a mushroom. And finally, the Cheeps get the better of ZodiacDredd, and down to Small Mario. Can he get to the finish line? Gonna have to get to that block, and no!
He got caught, but that was one heck of an effort.
Yeah, and this is not looking good, because now ZodiacDredd, no lives left. Takes a fall here. That is gonna really set Dustminion into a nice lead here. We have Larry Cooper.
Oh!
Game over. Wow.
You hate to see that happen. So now that means Dredd's gonna have to replay 3-7. It's not the worst thing that could happen, but still,
Except
that is
you forgot
quite
about
the
one thing. Except you forgot one thing. That means Boss Bass, he's back.
Maybe he decides to go for the item upstairs? Nah. Oh, nope, he's up. Nope, I thought he was gonna go for it, but nope.
No,
chose
not at this point. He's behind. He's got to move. Dustminion gets for. We still don't know, man. Dustminion's too quick for us.
And we got 3-pipe Monty to start World 7.
Feeling lonely. We found the pipe with the view, Leslie. Looks like Dustminion is going to play out this particular level here. And ZodiacDredd down to Small Mario again. And he's in trouble. Nah, that's going to do it.
Yeah, that was a tough spot, no matter how you swing it.
Yeah, Dustminion has really built himself a lead here, unless he really gets lost here in this pipe maze in World 7.
That's the thing about World 7 and World 8. It is very possible to get lost here. And we found our way back.
Well, that pipe didn't do it either. How about this pipe? ZodiacDredd getting caught by the Cheep again. Well, either beat a fort or beat 2 levels, and Dustminion saying, you know what? I don't want to beat 2 levels. I want to find. Now he's changed his mind. Because you never know which fort it's going to be. And he's changed it. This is the thing, Leslie. I've been telling people this. When you're in these kind of races like that, you've got to be decisive and commit to your decision. And that's about 30 seconds you can't afford to waste right there.
Yeah, in these type of races, it doesn't matter what randomizer it's in, indecision can be costly. Like I saw indecision on The Price is Right. For the game Time is Money, guy wound up costing himself a couple of grand in winnings.
Yeah, I know about that, because you got to just move in that game. You can't be looking at the audience for 10 seconds. But in any event, we had the 5-3 beta there. Dustminion was able to complete it, and ZodiacDredd finally beat 3-2 and is on his way to the World 3 airship. So, depending on the path that ZodiacDredd takes, he could gain some time here, as Dustminion is playing the fort 5F2, so definitely not a bad fort to play.
Yeah, this fort, all you gotta do is really just keep pace, and the Potable pattern never catches up to you. I mean, you might catch up to it with P-Speed, but that's a different story. As for Dredd, that looks to be positioned for a vertical screen wrap.
Yeah, that is true. So Dustminion not playing the levels, instead opting to play the fort. Now, one thing that would justify Dustminion's decision is if one of those levels turns out to be, 5-9, Atlantis, we have no Drupal Clouds.
Yeah, or if that wound up being both.
Tanuki suit ended up being
that would just be disgusting.
Yeah, it would be if it was both. Or 7-5, 6-5, 6-6.
Yeah, could be something disgusting. Dredd wasting no time
And
going
it
into
wasn't
it.
the right fort. Ooh. Well, this isn't a bad stage. The 7-3 beta.
That's one of the fun things about these bracket flags is that we do see these beta levels that were coded into the... Uh-oh, Dustminion short hopped that one at the start.
Here is ZodiacDredd's big decision here. Play the two levels or find the lock. Oh, he's going to try to find the lock too. He was more decisive, but unfortunately it's going to turn out to be the wrong play. Tough break. ZodiacDredd really could have chopped into Dustminion's lead there had he taken the chance there, but he had the same inkling that Dustminion had. It's probably going to be like Atlantis or 5-9, etc., etc. But we're going to find out, though, in a moment.
So 7-3 beta down, and the next is a stage you'd probably want a P-Wing for, and that's 3-5. Or a frog suit.
And getting bopped by the green cheap there means back to start. And yep, P-Wing, you're absolutely right. A good call there. Dustminion going to go ahead and use that P-Wing.
Yeah, much faster movement up here than compared to the water this way. I believe for this level it's also faster than the frog suit. Although frog suit for water movement is number 1.
Dustminion able to patiently wait for Big Bertha to get out of the way and keep his tail.
Also keep the P-Speed momentum out of the pipe, which is very important because this is a game decided very much on execution. More so than most randomizers.
Panel 9 coming up, and it turns out to be 4-3.
So to answer chat, when you run out of lives, yes, that's a game over, and yes, you start at the start of a world. And because of that, any stage that you've cleared goes back to an action scene panel. However, fortresses and their locks remain destroyed and open.
Dustminion is able to survive 4-3, and now ZodiacDredd in the 7-3 beta. So at this point, he's about 3 full levels behind. The next fixed piranha encounter here, we'll see if Dustminion's able to survive. Well, the double knockout there, that's going to cost him his tail. No matter, he is through the stage safely. Let's find out what's going to be behind that chest. Something good, hopefully. P-Wing's not bad.
Yeah, I'd call that pretty good, especially in bracket flags.
Alright, we have this time the World 5 airship, and Ludwig von Koopa is going to wait at the end. And with the Fire Flower intact, Dustminion might have a shot at a fire kill. We'll see. ZodiacDredd now in 3-5. And going to pick up the flower here. They get a nice shot on the blooper there. 2 hits is not enough. Oh, and there's a high jump!
Yep, he got hitboxes. That is Moonshoes Ludwig.
Yep, we will see him in the 2020 Olympics this year. Hopefully. Nice kill there for Dustminion, though.
Absolutely. When Ludwig starts jumping like that, things get scary. Because in the vanilla game, He shakes the ground. Put it that way.
Absolutely here. So now we'll find out maybe what the princess will give Dustminion, if we're lucky. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Bowser's letter.
I was about to say, Bowser's letter, you have to check the inventory for that one in Rando. And we got the pyramid stage to lead off World 2.
Yep, World 2, and ooh, Dustminion gonna take the intentional fall, it looks like. Pay up. Oh, now, situation here. Do you take the... I think he is. He's gonna take the intentional game over to refill on those lives.
Yep, fair strategy in Randomizer to do that, to restock on lives, but for Dredd, get a better shot at a larger lives refill if he gets a star card here, to the tune of 5 up.
And he does collect it, and ooh, getting caught by that Goomba here in the pyramid, and this is gonna allow ZodiacDredd to gain some valuable seconds on Dustminion. Now he's about 2 stages behind, so he's definitely cut into the lead here. If ZodiacDredd can just keep the... Oh! That is brutal! Takes the wings off of the... Wow!
I can honestly say I have never seen that. Yes,
Amen.
I've seen the Paragoomba come up from below and catch you, but usually when that happens to me, I'm out of dodge.
Yeah, I've never... and it almost happened again! Yeah,
oh my lord!
Clip the wings of the Paragoomba, and then gets an unfortunate break on the hitbox there. ZodiacDredd using a P-Wing. Nice job waiting for those beetles to converge and break the blocks here. Dustminion is safely through. ZodiacDredd, nice taking down. Can he get the animation skip? Yes!
2 for 2.
That's huge.
4 second stage. That's 4 seconds saved each time he gets it.
Yep, he's cutting a little bit by a little bit here, Leslie. Dustminion now in 5-8, and Paratroopa taking him down. Wow.
Well, Dustminion is not going to the item pool just yet. Now, the Nintendo Power magazine from this said 2 things about this level. Can't get through it without getting hit. Can't P-speed it. Oh, that was on a rebound, too. That's just bad luck right there.
And now Dustminion down to his final life and not going to use any items here. Going to take the Hammer Brothers stage here, and he is successful. Let's see what it gives him. A star. Nothing behind the bricks.
I don't think I've seen a Hammer Bro go that far into World 2 before, or at least that close to start.
No. Dustminion thought about playing the spade game, trying to win a prize, but he's saying no. And what was that you were saying about, yeah, you're not getting hit about 5-8? He did it without getting hit. That was amazing.
Yeah, Nintendo Power was wrong about both those fronts about this particular level. Is yes, you can get P-speed on this level. It's tight.
No!
That is not the stage Dustminion wanted to see with no lives. Has to play it straight up.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Leslie. ZodiacDredd is cleared with 5-8, and we got a ball game because if oh no! If Dustminion takes the dive here, ZodiacDredd's our new leader. There's got to be a power-up here.
Yeah, as I was about to say, if there's a 1-up in there, that's a chance to get into the item inventory. That didn't materialize, so now, Dustminion, well, your hand is forced. Through the first
Dustminion is able to survive the SMB3 8-4 jump there, as I like to call it.
It's a good name for it, because it's exactly where that jump came from.
All right, this is very critical for Dustminion. He needs a clean boom-boom fight. Here we go. There's 1 hit. There's 2 hits. Got him. ZodiacDredd trying to keep the Fire Flower. This is going to be tough. It can be done, but you got to be patient. And speaking of patience, this Hotfoot is very impatient right now, and now his hand is forced.
I don't think Dredd wants to take a second hit, but unfortunately in that situation, might as well just take.
Yep, and next up we have 6-8 with an Angry Sun. ZodiacDredd, this is critical for him. He nailed it. Nice fight. So Dustminion is going to get a 1-up, provided that Dustminion does not fall here. Here comes that Angry Sun. Well, there's a gap, so Dustminion needs to be a little careful here. Safely through, and going to get that 1-up. Now, ZodiacDredd sees the pipe. He'll go ahead and take it. Now we have this Hammer Bros stage here. 1-3, and a hammer for Dustminion. Which it looks like ZodiacDredd... Sorry there, Leslie. ZodiacDredd opting not to use the hammer here. He might be saving it for World 6.
4-3.
Ooh, yes. And ZodiacDredd gonna go underneath the white block here, so we have the World 7 airship on Dustminion's side. And ZodiacDredd, this could be a game-changing item here. Let's find out what we have. Oh boy, another hammer!
Oh my Lanta, that is a break in Dredd's favor. Can't fault Dustminion for taking the route that he did, but for Dredd, this is paying off big.
Now, Morton was not very salty at all. Once again, Bowser keeping him on the low sodium diet. It was just a one-hit Morton.
Looked to be a heavy Morton, too, because that first little hop-up didn't appear to be very high. Could be wrong, though.
Nah, you're probably right, which is a break for our runners, but not a break for Morton. Let's see what we have from the princess this time. We don't know. Again! I swear Dustminion is doing this to us on purpose. Another boss pass here in 4-1.
No, this would be 4-5.
Oh, you're right. It is 4-5. Good call. It is 4-5. If the Hammer Bros gave it away. By the way, another hammer. There was another hammer for ZodiacDredd. Dustminion gets through 4-5, and we'll move on to the next level.
This might be where Dustminion goes for the stars. And now we get 4F1. We've seen all the really nasty forts, so they shouldn't be presenting our runners with too much of a problem. But I do have to ask this one question.
And what's that, Leslie?
Does either runner go for a one-time door 3 clip like I did last night?
Not a chance. Nice! Able to skirt by, threading the needle on that horizontal thwomp and gets the fire kill on Boom Boom. But meanwhile, ZodiacDredd is done with World 4. Still very close race. And keep in mind on Dustminion's life count, only one extra life. And there's a star for Dustminion behind that Boomerang brother. And we'll never know what that item is, Leslie.
We might know once the menu opens up. Okay, we've got one more fort that we have to clear. Dustminion has that information and is going to do a U-turn.
Yeah, you didn't think this World 6 was going to be that free, did you?
Nah. Barely is.
Yep, but 3F2 is not a bad stage at all. Oh, ZodiacDredd! Nice anticipation there. He's able to throw down the fireball before Boss Pass could get to him.
Yeah, that was a nice snipe.
Alright, so ZodiacDredd is going to now use a star to take care of the Hammer Bro, and it's a good thing he did. It's the underwater variety.
Easily my least favorite in the vanilla game, because if you're small, you're gonna have trouble. I don't care how good you are.
Alright, ZodiacDredd gonna play 4F1 himself. Dustminion collecting a Tanuki suit. We haven't seen any Hammer Bro suits yet. Dustminion knows this is the way out because that fort needed to be cleared to build the bridge. There you are.
Yeah, Dredd's not gonna have that information unless he goes back for the pipe after this.
Yep.
If he does that immediately, things get even closer.
Right, here is the World 2 airship for Dustminion where Lemmy Koopa awaits. Let's see if he decided to be a shrimp or a jumbo shrimp. One hit, well, one hit's not enough. 2 hits it is, a semi-shrimp.
Well, Dredd's got the extra hammer, so I can't fault him here. Problem is, this pipe's... Well, it let him close, but... Well, he'll see once he gets there. But we have a hand stage.
Yeah, that's actually going to set him back a little bit, and there's a 1-up. That is not what ZodiacDredd want to see, and that's the reason why, Leslie.
Music box.
Music box. Yep, we actually saw it for once. And ZodiacDredd is going to lose that Tanuki suit after getting stun-locked by the sledgehammer, bro. And here's World 5 with the Super Tanks level. ZodiacDredd is unfortunately going to see the bad news that he's got to play the other fort and build that other bridge. Dustminion through Super Tank.
Now, the good news for Dredd is that it's 3F2. Not bad.
Now, we did see something on ZodiacDredd's side. All of the hand stages give Jukum Cloud, so that's a cloud that Dustminion will never get, Leslie.
Yeah, so Dustminion may have to play 5-3, 5-9, Atlantis. If he runs into either of those, that's a break in Dredd's favor.
Right, this is not over by a long shot. Dustminion not going to get 3 of a kind here as he grabs a flower here. And we'll move on to the next level. Let's find out what we're going to have. We're going to use a star on this Hammer Bros stage. Probably not a bad idea. We got the Sledgehammer Bros again. Done for ZodiacDredd. Another good call using a star here, Leslie. Not only is it the water stage, it's those nasty fire bros.
That one is especially nasty, where even the best players get tripped up.
Yeah, I don't care if who you are, that stage is going to trip up, I'd say 99% of runners.
And, wow,
that's World 5, World 4 airship. ZodiacDredd needs one more hit. There goes Lemmy. We're going to have Roy Koopa at the end, which means we are saving Wendy for the end, Leslie.
It shall be interesting to see how this plays out. Whoa, Roy's got those jumping shoes on.
Yeah, Roy is going to be the rival for Ludwig von Koopa, and 3 hits isn't enough. 4 hits it is.
Yeah, Bully was ready to bully our runners.
Absolutely, but Dustminion will now move on to World 7. ZodiacDredd going to be moving on to World 6.
This isn't much of a deficit at all, as Dredd, all he has to do is, I mean, this is hilarious. The pipe shows that you just have to play the fort.
Yup. Because that ended up being the Paradox pipe, so it's only going to take him to the tower, which is not required this time around, so he's on Super Tanks. And it's a mushroom from the princess.
With a simple message.
Yeah, not PogChamp, not Craigasm, not Franker Z, not Whatface, not any of those, just Kappa. We have the Navy stage for Dustminion, where you could sail the 7 seas, but Dustminion makes quick work of that Navy, just needs to take care of Boom Boom, which he does.
I do believe Dredd still has a couple of hammers, which is going to work into his advantage, and that's some very good movement buffering strats. Now, Dustminion, unfortunately, by use of an extra hammer... Oh, wait. He didn't get those hammers. Never mind, it was Dredd that used the extra hammer.
Correct. There's 2 2 hammers for ZodiacDredd, which he could use to break the 2 boulders here in World 7, because they're going to be useless in World 8. Waiting for ZodiacDredd on that Water Hammer Bros stage. ZodiacDredd, he's going to have to play them both. And that's a much-needed one-up there for Dustminion.
No doubt about that. Still gotta clear 3 levels, though, and it starts with 1-2 featuring an Angry Sun.
Yep, ZodiacDredd going to take this pipe. You'll see the rest of this World 5 is going to be free. We're going to have a very close race in just a moment, folks. At least I think we're going to have a very close race in a moment.
That's what I'm thinking, because Dredd has the equipment advantage needed to do the double boulder to get past 4 stages, 3-4 stages, and now we got 7-6 Dustminion, and he mac and cheeses it.
First try. If you have any first try emotes, let's see them. That was a very good clip there on 7-6. That's huge.
It's not as fast as doing that with a P-Wing, mind you, because that's the optimal for 7-6, but when you don't know what it is, you'll take what you get.
Yeah, absolutely there, Leslie. Nice moves there. So Dustminion out in 4-6. Not going to take the door. He feels okay with the enemy set given to him.
Clears it out nicely. Excellent use of Fire Mario strats.
And another one-up for Dustminion, and all of a sudden he's up to 3 extra lives. Now, Zodiac will play the Navy here, because they want you as the new recruit. Oh, and Dustminion getting a hammer! A little too late, though.
That is a cruel joke by the video game.
Leslie, if that doesn't say game knows, I don't know what does. There's the way out. So Dustminion keeps his lead going into World 8. Unless, of course, Wendy does her best to take down these players. Dustminion does. Now, the good news for Dustminion, not only does he have the Fire Flower, it's the World 6 airship, so we have a flat surface to have a shot at the fire kill.
Dredd's going into stages, though, not using the hammers.
And that may be the nail in the coffin, because even though World 8 is the great equalizer, ZodiacDredd just might be too far behind. Dustminion is going for the fire kill. Gets it!
Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, ZodiacDredd, I hope he knew he had those hammers, because they're about to go to waste, unfortunately, Leslie.
Yeah, hopefully he realizes it after this, otherwise, yeah, they're gonna go to waste for sure.
Alright, next up is gonna do panel 6. Oof, you hate to see it, folks.
Yeah, boy.
So, Dustminion, let's see what the final item from Princess Toadstool is going to be. It's gonna be, as has been the theme most of this night, Leslie, we don't know it. Oh, here's 7-5.
Yep, we have to do it because it's the tank level, but fortunately for our runners, that's not boss bass, but cheap.
Now, good news for ZodiacDredd, he does have the Jugum Claw, but then again, didn't use the hammers when he very well could have. I mean, right there, Leslie, if he uses the hammers, I'm telling you, it's about a tie. Nope, does not get the first try with the tail, and this is where having the tail is going to be difficult. There's this thing called subpixel rules, Leslie Pro. I'm sure you know everything about it.
Oh yeah, it got me last night with 7-1.
Yeah, and if you've ever played Castlevania 2, if you've ever... Nice, not bad. That was, the 5th try there for ZodiacDredd. If you've ever played Castlevania 2... Yeah, that's very impressive. If you've ever played Castlevania 2, it's the same thing with those floor drops. It's not enough to do the whip frame perfect. You have to be on the right subpixel, too. ZodiacDredd finding the coin haven up there with a few coins, which you don't get to see very often here in 4-6.
Yeah, that's one I didn't know about, because how often do I typically fly up 4-6? Never. Not in my
Never.
spare time.
Yeah, unless you're playing this casually, the answer indeed would be never. Dustminion does get through 7-5, and ZodiacDredd getting the triple flowers here to give him 3 extra lives. That'll take him up to 12 extras.
Not a bad thing heading into World 8, but now the question is, it's 3-pipe Monty. Which is the right path, and how many bridges will we have to build?
That's right, I actually forgot to ask that question, Leslie, because I was so enamored with the situation. We have the army stage where Dustminion will try to be all he can be, or not very much. He knows this is an optional level, so he's just going to pass. So people predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's castle.
I'm gonna go middle of the road, say 2.
2 seems like a safe bet. If it's anything more than 2, I'll be shocked. I'll say, no, it's not going to be more than 2 because there's 2 locks. I'll say 1. Hey, we have a World 6 fort and World 8, just the way we like it. This is the carpet fort. Yeah, that's a great time for a star too, Leslie.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that was close. That's been almost falling into the spikes there, right as the star effects wore off.
Yeah, that would have been a bad way to lose a life there.
Zodiac now in the World 7 airship. Now, if ZodiacDredd takes some risks here, he could still take this away from Dustminion. That's why we call World 8 the great equalizer here. So we'll see if it comes to fruition or not. If this breaks one of the locks, that's, not going to be of any use. It does break a lock, but it could be of use. This could be one of those chain reaction World 8s, Leslie.
Absolutely. We have those chain reaction situations in Zelda 1 Rando from time to time. And it's a no bridge!
And by the way, side salad Wendy once again. It was a one-hitter. And yep, Dustminion is in the catbird seat if he survives, but he has no fire flowers, no Hammer Bros suits. If he survives this, he will be moving on to the brackets.
So a lock had to break. Dustminion absolutely hit the correct one. Also hit the everyman clip.
Yeah, absolutely. Dustminion decides.
Well, now he has a fire flower. He's going the safer bottom route, which in this most recent version of the logic is referenced as the safer choice.
Yep. Well, there's one laser. Just the one. Just like vanilla, but let's see how these fireballs are going to show up. Not too many so far. There's a couple. Any laser at the end? We're going to find out. No laser. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's Bowser. Let's see if we can get that fire kill.
35 fireballs finish off Bowser Koopa.
Got about half of them right there, but you got to watch out for the fireballs. Don't get into the line of fire. Just a few more left to go here. And got him!
Tonight, Dustminion dines on Koopa Soup.
Right you are, and that means Dustminion, ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out for him. He will be moving on to the bracket stages. Let me tell you something, I think this came down to one thing, resource management.
I believe you are right. Dredd could have used those 2 hammers, and we could have had a much closer finish. Dredd could have even overtaken. But at the end of the day, Dustminion is in with an official SRL time of 42 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. Really, really good run. ZodiacDredd had the early game over there, but got back into this race here. Now ZodiacDredd in 6F3 as well. He's going to be right there. And again, yeah, if he just uses those hammers, we could be talking almost a photo finish, Leslie.
Very much so.
ZodiacDredd trying to fend off the Boo Diddleys and the crazy Hotfoots, which he does negotiate successfully. Now here's the Boom Boom fight. There's 2, and there's 3. And yeah, it turns out the Jugum Cloud was of no use to ZodiacDredd. That was the, as you had mentioned, that was the army stage, so there's no way you can cloud it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was hard required. Now, Dredd's going into an extra fort. This isn't required, but he's 6F2.
Yeah, we got not 1 but 2 World 6 forts in World 8. How about them apples? Shoutouts to Gimp Extreme, by the way. We get his Fire Flower right here.
Good choice after doing the first 2 parts of 6F2 fly.
But there goes that Fire Flower. But yeah, getting a Fire Flower, I'd rather take that because that way you're not doing a very bold and risky strat using the P wing, because I've seen this happen several times already in the tournament. You try to use P wing strats or P speed strats there, and you gain so much momentum that you kind of bonk yourself into the pit.
Or get hit into the pit by a rotodisc. I've seen that one happen too. And Dredd's checking the other pipe to see what the other way was. It was in the Dark Maze.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if ZodiacDredd notices. And I guess when you play so many Super Mario 3 rando seeds, it's not like this. No bridges. You're used to seeing at least 1. I think no bridges is rare, but I will say this, 3 bridges is more rare than 0. Because I've never even seen 3, Leslie.
That would be insane if we ever saw that.
Yeah, I know it exists, and people have told me they've seen 3, but in all the commentary I've done and all the exhibition races I've seen on other streams, I've actually never seen 3. And conceivably there could be 4 if all 4 of the lock spots are chosen, but that is a statistical improbability, as they say, Leslie.
Very improbable, I might add.
ZodiacDredd does get his Fire Flower. It looks like he's going to take the same bottom path that Dustminion took, and as long as he plays it cool, ZodiacDredd should be able to get into the Bowser fight with the fire suit intact. He's being careful. Little does he know, no other lasers on this screen, so it's virtually vanilla.
Well, Midi Guy is right. We had a Group 2 seed with Vanilla World Order, so 4 bridge would also be possible. That was dicey for Dredd with that fireball coming from the other side.
Right, that was dicey, Leslie. So here's the Bowser fight one more time. He's going for the clip here. Don't get into the line of fire, though. He has to stop because a few of those shots went through his hitbox. There it goes. Down goes.
Yep, the last 2 did that.
So we have 2 helpings of turtle soup here. Get your GGs out for ZodiacDredd. Very respectable World 8, but in the end, it just wasn't enough tonight.
And with that, ZodiacDredd has finished with a time of 47 minutes, 16 seconds.
Yep, but it is going to be Dustminion who is going to be moving on to the bracket stages. Will be the second representative out of Group D.
And just a reminder that tomorrow's race between Glutamic Acid and Dave Lindo will determine who joins Mitch Flower Power out of Group C.
You're right about that. And not only that, Leslie, that it'll be the final race of the group stage races.
And then we will have our bracket.
Yep, we're going to have our field ready to go for the bracket stages. Single elimination, best 2 out of 3. You got to win to keep on advancing. If you lose a match, you are out.
Yep, that's the nature of the beast. Win or go home.
All right, we'll see if we get an interview for either of our runners tonight.
I don't think they've received the ping yet. These bots, I tell ya.
Stand by. We do have both of our runners from tonight's race, Dustminion and ZodiacDredd, here in the commentator's booth with us. GG to the both of you. A very competitive race here tonight. But Dustminion comes out on top. Congratulations to you, Dustminion. It was a
Thank
very
you.
interesting race, to say the least.
Yeah, that first half was, that was rough.
Yeah, it was pretty rough as well, I feel like.
Yeah, unfortunately for ZodiacDredd,
No item.
taking a game over in the early stages, you had a couple of really nasty. You had 3-2 that was really nasty. 3-7 where both of you ended up getting swallowed up by Boss Bass. Just a lot of nasty stages to start off the race. But
Yeah.
I want to talk to both of you. I want to ask you a question regarding World 7. Regarding your decision, both of you made the same exact decision. Rather than playing the 2 stages, you opted to try to find the fort that would break the lock. And I want to ask, is the reason why you decided to make that decision because you wanted to guard yourself against an auto scorer like, say, 5-9 or Atlantis or something nasty like 7-5?
Oh, are you talking about pipeline?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I tried to gamble for that pipe that's closest to the fort, the airship. It didn't pan out,
I
as
see.
you could see. So I would have been better off just doing those 3 stages and just getting on with my life.
Yep, well, unfortunately, it's just the luck of the draw sometimes, but it ended up not really affecting the outcome because both players made the exact same decision. They both had the same thing on their mind.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it was... I played the one fort, and then I found a pipe over there. And so it was like, well, I'm already here. I can play 2 levels, and then I know, the path is there. Instead of trying to go around and break the lock, I just figured it'd be quicker just to play levels. So...
Now, Zodiac, I do got to ask you a question regarding World 3, which ended up being the 7th world of tonight's race. You had some hammers in your inventory, but you decided not to break the boulders to create the shortcut. What did you have in your mind when you decided to make that play?
Well, I think I had 1 at the time, and I was like, well, I think I was going to save it because I knew we still had to play World 6.
Were you
And
down to 1
then-
hammer?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh,
I only had, like,
I could have
1
swore you.
Are we?
I could have swore you had 2 hammers. If you use, I mean, yes. Now I remember the boulder on World 5. Did that take you down to 1? I could have swore you had 2, but maybe I was mistaken. That.
I
that
don't
could
know.
happen.
Are we talking about
Yeah.
Waterland again?
Yes, we're talking about.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about Waterland. Yep.
Yeah, I also had only 1 hammer, and I was real heartbroken when that second hammer arrived too late.
Dustminion, I knew you only had 1 hammer because Zodiac picked up an extra hammer in World 2. because he did not use the hammer from the boulder in Desert Land.
I didn't use. Okay, so I didn't use that hammer because I wanted to save it for World 6.
Yep.
I honestly didn't even think about double hammering, because I was just, kind of hammers are out of your mind, because I get into a mindset of like I really like these flags because it's just play levels. So usually I don't like think about breaking locks and anything like that. So
hammers definitely lose their value in bracket stages as they only break the boulders, so you've got to use them at the right time there. Dustminion, after you had completed the gauntlet, you only had the one hammer. The game just taunted you with another hammer. It's like the game knows. It's like, oh, you wanted to break those boulders. Here's your hammer.
Got him.
That's just Rando being rude right there.
Yep. I was like, where were these hammers in the other race? Come on.
And my consolation prize, mandatory 7-5.
Yep.
Well,
Everybody had to play 7-5 because unfortunately, ZodiacDredd did pick up a Jugum Clown. If it would have been just a normal panel stage, that definitely would have benefited you there, but unfortunately it turned out to be the army stage.
Yeah, so that I went in there and I was like, wait, I have a cloud. And then I went back on, I was like, oh, it's a tank level. And then I took a death again and I was like, oh, I have a P-Wing. That makes this level way better. So fortunately it wasn't as bad as it could have been, especially with the cheap in there. But yeah, that cheap level early on, that got me because I think it was like first or second attempt. I got frame ruled, and because I tried to do the jump strats where you just jump on each cheap, but I was small Mario, and then so like second to last jump I got frame rolled, and so I was like basically inside of them. It just happens when you're small Mario. Sometimes you just get a bad interaction. But then after that, I couldn't get that level done. I spent like 3-4 minutes on it, so that's where I fell behind.
For what it's worth, I was also bodied by 3-2.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, for some reason. And then it's like you get into a death loop, and then you're like, oh man, I'm burning time. I got to make up time. So it was kind of bad. But after that, it was all right. It was a interesting to see a lot of slow and fast worlds. I feel like 8 was pretty nice, so that was good.
That was a very, very kind World 8.
It could have been way worse. I took the third pipe and ended up right at the hand bridge, and I was like, okay, what is this? But then luckily, like the forts you played broke the lock, so it kind of like showed you the way, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much the only one was whatever was in Air Force's place.
It was 6F3 that was at Air Force.
Okay, that was the gatekeeper.
Yeah, so it logically worked out nice. Like, we all know how World 8 can go with running around trying to, especially with this flag set where it's really, emphasis on beating forts. World 8 can be nasty.
That was quite a seed.
Yep. It was fun, though.
It certainly was, and as Pro A007 has said, bracket stick flags are a completely different animal, and laws tonight definitely showcase that without a doubt.
No question about it.
A case study.
Yeah, give people a little taste of the brackets here. So, a little sneak preview.
That's right, because we have just one more group play match left, and then after that, it's all bracket stage flags from here on out.
Nice.
Rockin'.
And the Challenge Cup too, right?
That is right, and I will get into talking about that momentarily, but I can tell you that last match will be held tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, right here on Speed Gaming.
I'll have to listen in on that. That should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it will be. And speaking of a lot of fun, for those of us who were not able to make it to brackets this year's main tournament, we've got something new. We've got for the first time ever, the Mario 3 Randomizer Challenge Cup, which will kick off on March 2nd, same time as brackets, and with a similar format, but the flags, we're going to see them based around Tournament Group 2, but for the first time ever, a minor adjustment can be made between each individual game. And to go into specifics, the players will get to take turns between tweaking one of the following: removing hammers breaking locks, or removing the end card game.
Ooh.
Or both, which would be bracket flags, but that would be a Game 3 situation. So
Right.
yeah, it's going to be extremely fun, extremely interesting. I'm partaking in that, as this time around, I missed it by that much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get snake bit, but I got to tell you, the competition for this year's main tournament was extremely good. GG's to everybody who participated
Yeah,
in the main tournament.
it's great to see this, and you know what? It's just in time for the beginning of March, so it's like our version of March Madness. You have the main tournament, and then I guess you could consider this our NIT.
Absolutely.
Should be a lot of fun either way. So, yep, two great tournaments going on here as March rolls upon us here, Leslie.
Oh yeah, it's going to be lots and lots of fun.
All right, again, GG to both Dustminion and ZodiacDredd. A great race tonight. And again, congratulations to Dustminion. Moving on to the bracket stages of our main tournament. Leslie, any final thoughts before we call it a night here on Speed Gaming?
Well, before I get into that, there are two more races on the Speed Gaming docket tonight. 11:30, Speed Gaming 2, Zelda 1, Metroid 1 Combo Rando. And at 1 a.m., Mario World No Cape No Star World Tournament. So something for the night owls. Now, as for this year's tournament, I can honestly say the level of competition that I have seen in the field has definitely improved. And you can definitely see it in the results. Maybe not in all the records, but in terms of the results and the times, everything seems to have upped in terms of quality, which, stay tuned, folks, because we are in for a wild ride with both the main tournament and the Challenge Cup.
Absolutely. We're going to see a lot of very tight competition, a lot of close races here, where I just think you're going to come into these situations that all these races that are going to be coming up during the bracket stages, it's going to boil down to one decision, or it's going to boil down to one maybe untimely fall. You just never know. You got to be at your tip-top best if you want to make it to the finals this year.
Absolutely, and that goes for everybody, because these randos don't care who you are, because hey, anybody can beat just about anybody given the right circumstances.
Well put, Leslie. Well put. So with that is going to do it for us here on Speed Gaming tonight. On behalf of our two runners, Dustminion and ZodiacDredd, for everybody here on Speed Gaming and our Speed Gaming family of networks, for my commentator partner Leslie Pro 04, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have a great evening, and remember, if Boss Bass is hungry, you better start running.
Absolutely, and give our runners a follow. They put on a heck of a show. See you next time, folks.
So long, everybody.
Goodbye for now.